3, 2, 1. Hello, my friends, my little YouTube friends. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but your girl's been going through a lot. But that's for another video. I want to thank SheGlam on my first video back to YouTube for sponsoring it. Also, I'm going to show you how to use this incredible foundation that they have just launched. It's called Skinfluencer Full Coverage Foundation Balm. It has 30 shades of foundation for every age, every gender, and every skin tone. For example, right now on my face, I have on contour from the same foundation line. I have no concealer on. You can use it as a concealer with the stippling technique I'm going to show you guys. And I have on my true shade. So I used 3 colors to literally beat my whole face. It's an extremely hydrating formula with a matte finish, so I would honestly give my own 2 cents and say that you can sheer it out if you want, and then you can stipple it on for fuller coverage. But what I really like about the formulation is a 10 to 25 micron pre-mixed powder. What does that mean? That TikTok trend that you guys are doing with the fluffing and the water and blah, 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 SheGlam beat you guys to it with this formulation. I mean, it feels like second skin, and it is like a silk-like texture. I can't explain it. You guys have to like play with it and then watch the tutorial to see how it just melts and slides and slippery, but it stays and it doesn't move. Before I show you guys the tutorial, I have to let you guys know that it is an oil-free formula that adheres to skin with a thin consistency. So that is always goal when you're trying to do in-person makeup, in my humble opinion. It is available for $8.49, exclusively sold on Shein.com. SheGlam Skinfluencer Full Coverage Beauty Balm. And the entire tutorial that I do today is all using affordable makeup, just because she's being a humble queen and I'm not gonna trip out over breaking expensive products, losing expensive products anymore. I'm going to dupe everything. Doopity doop doop doop. Let's get into the makeup tutorial. This bead is for my everyday girls. You gotta look fabouche. So I'm gonna apply this plumping serum and dual primer. Obviously I did my brows off camera, you guys. With this product, well, any serum or primer that you apply, you want to let it get tacky. You're not going to go in immediately with your product, or else it's just gonna look muddy. Give me a moment, I'm going to let that sit. I just wanted to show you guys what the PR package looks like, and it is kinda cool. I like this, I like it a lot, and that's what it looks like. I took out my shade already. And what honestly caught my attention about this specific foundation balm, contour, and concealer balm, that it's a 3-in-1, number 1 obviously, but if you look at it, there's 10 through 25 I think micron fibers in it that's mixed with powder, so it's not only a balm, there's a little bit of powder in it to be sweat proof and smudge proof, which is very, very interesting to me. So it is finished. It is nice and tacky. So with this, I'd like to start off with the contouring, because it's just going to be faster. And obviously this, when I do it on myself, it doesn't take as long as it's going to take on screen, because I am talking and explaining to you guys what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. When I do it on myself, literally, this whole process will take me 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to use the shade Cashew. So I'm going to use their brush while doing this. And as you guys can see, I'm just patting, not swiping. And you want to make sure you get your temples. I just feel like a lot of people always open up their temples and it doesn't bring your face like inwards. I've noticed that a lot. Like, it's fine to like pull up from here, but I really love when this area is dually contoured. Okay, underneath my chin, no one's checking. And I like to do this like line down here. In my head, this makes me look thinner. And I just go back and forth until it's like blended. And I'll show you guys how to easily blend that out. I know it looks crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose. And then what I'm going to do with this is I am literally just gonna pull that into my temple to give myself that illusion of a fox eye look I love so much, darling. We all know I can't control myself with overlining my lips with the contour. I'm going to use this to, guess what, to conceal. So I'm going to tap that in first. The coverage is insane. So when you stipple the way I'm stippling, you are going to get more coverage. If you're swiping, you're going to get less coverage. If you are using an extremely damp beauty blender, you are going to get less coverage. It just depends on what you are looking for. Since I'm not using traditional concealer, I'm using the Skinfluencer Foundation Balm. I'm going to stipple in because I want the contour to be sheerer coverage than the center of my face, if that makes any sense, because I want dimension. And this applies with, honestly, anything that you use. It's the same thing. Just with the residue, I'm gonna go in and carve out the contour. I'm gonna go down the bridge of my nose. I'm also gonna take this and just really highlight underneath my brow, not fully, only the edge, just to, you know, enhance. That definition, those there. I promise you won't look crazy when you were done. Have some trust. So now I'm just gonna put some blush, liquid blush over this. I'm going to make downward strokes with this, just mirroring the concealer and the contour. Gonna go in on the forehead. Also, this product is amazing for sensitive skin, and it has no alcohol in it. I have sensitive skin. I have extremely sensitive skin. It's actually really annoying. Also, talc-free. Gonna go back in with the contour brush. I'm not dipping back in. All I'm doing is just stippling once again, blending that line. My foundation for the Skinfluencer Full Coverage Beauty Balm is going to be Peach. I'm lightly gonna pick it up. We don't need too much. I'm gonna swipe down, following just a little bit right here. Look at how little I'm using. And a little bit right there. Press that in. Using any like kabuki like synthetic brush. Only in the areas first that we applied it. Avoid the lighter areas. Now with the residue, I'm gonna go in and fill the rest of my part. I don't know why I'm just that girl. Like, I go in with foundation all the way to my ears. I was born that way. So how are we gonna cover the nose? Take whatever is left from the leftovers, and I'm just going to lightly start like playing with that and tapping, and then we'll go in blending those two light shades on your eyes together as well. So we still have the cheeks left. Now we are going to go in with the beauty sponge. I'm just going to make sure that is all beautifully blended, so when we set it, it doesn't look cray-cray. One product, 3 jobs. Not a lot of people can even do one correctly. But I'm gonna start with setting the face now. I need blush. Yes. While your face is not set. How pretty. You are just going to press. If you swipe this, you will literally regret it. Just kidding. You have to go in with a beauty blender and tap it out. I like to just get it everywhere on my face, just so I look really sun-kissed during the day, and just because I like the dimension and the glow one of them gives. I'm just going to use this as some eyeshadow. Because it's cute, why not? And it adds a little color. I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer. I mean, if this balm is sweat proof and oil proof, honey, it ain't going nowhere for 2 days. Using the same bronzer, I'm just going to literally reinforce that contour line. You want to make sure you stamp in that color and you're not wasting product, since we are budget queens now. So I'm just taking a brush and using the same exact bronzer. There's nothing on the sponge. I'm just going to beat in the powders with the balm. I'm looking cute in my balm, in my little skin influencer balm by SheGlam. Pressing down like on the setting powder and very lightly going to apply it, and right here where it's like, you know, that kitty cat meow meow look, I'm going to make sure that it like does that. I'm gonna take a brush for this part, picking up on setting powder. And setting the bridge of my nose while I'm letting that sit. I'm gonna go in with just like a cool tone. I'm contouring, by the way. Powder contouring now. Why I like doing it double time, because it just doesn't go anywhere, and honestly in photographs it really makes a very big difference. Just a little bit around the bridge of the nose. Before I continue, I'm going to add a little bit more blush. I'm going to put the glue on. These lashes are a drugstore and I make them myself. Like I add stuff to strip lashes and just customize them, and they look very pretty. If you're interested in learning how to make your own custom or my technique, go ahead and click on the link right here. So before I apply lash nails, I'm gonna need this tight line lined up. Also, what I like to do with this gel liner is just a tiny bit, not a lot, just a tiny bit. You're gonna smear that on to the upper parts where your lashes are, on the edge only. And then you're gonna take an angled brush and you are just gonna work that in like that. Now we can move on to mascara. You're gonna do this, center, shake, close your eye, and pull. If you do not want to wear lashes, you can just stop right here and then wipe everything off. Like, just skip this step. We need to wait a little bit more longer for the lashes. Lips. Make sure that it's there we go. Another drugstore favorite. It's just a beautiful natural color. And I like to fill in my whole lip with it. Grabbing the brush that I had the Porcelain Skinfluencer Foundation Balm on, picking it up with like an angled synthetic brush, cleaning up around my lips is a must. It just looks more put together. Really into this tone. It's like a gloss, but it stays. Using a synthetic brush, I am going to just literally bring all the goods together. I'm going to show you guys how I put on my lashes. So I get the middle first always. Then I make sure the front is good. And then I almost like lift the edge a little bit and follow through with the other side. Okay. Well, I felt like a camel spit in my face. I am going to take the back of the Beauty Blender and make that work. I'm actually shook that I don't have like regular concealer on. It's the foundation balm. I'm really impressed. Then we are going to brush our brows lit up. And my final step. Putting that together. And yes, these are very dramatic lashes to wear every single day, and no, I don't care. I love lashes. Let me go zhuzh myself up and I will give you a final look. Zhuzhed my hair up, just gave it a nice little brush and brought it to the front. Honestly, my hair makes such a big difference when I like frame my face with it versus when it's back. It's like two different Hrushis. So the quote of the video is, You wouldn't have a desire or a dream unless it were within your power to make it real. And I cannot stop saying this in my head because it's so true. If you imagined it, you thought of it, you can literally make it happen because it's your subconscious telling you of your own capabilities. It is our trauma, it is our self-doubt that almost chains us to failure, self-doubt, and fear. So never fear. If you have an idea in your head, run with it. If you have an idea in your head, that means you are capable of achieving it to the highest degree. Any idea that you have, write it down. Don't forget it. Sometimes I feel like I have things that pop into my head and I'm like, it was so good, but I forgot. Just write down all your ideas, all your desires, and I hope you guys make all of them come true in a positive sense. I love you guys so much. Thank you, SheGlam, for sponsoring Hrush's YouTube video. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Go ahead and check out all the links below and use this code to purchase your Skinfluencer full coverage foundation balm. Shein.com, but the brand is SheGlam. Don't forget that. Love you guys. Till next time.